Animal Crossing is a pretty straightforward and popular game, right? We're like 7 games in the series now. We all know what it's about. You pay off your house loans, you collect fish, catch bugs, buy cool shit. That's pretty much the game. That's all you got.
Now that's what I call a Nintendo seal of equality. This message was brought to you by Kmart. Make sure to get your exclusive Animal Crossing strategy guide here only at Kmart.
But there was something mysteriously special about the first game in the series. From a first glance, it doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary, but it actually had some of the most interesting features and secrets out of any game in the series. But before we cover these unique secrets, it's important to know how weird this game was when it first came out. Like when people bought this game for the Gamecube back in 2002. No one really knew exactly what this game was. There was no other game in the series to compare it to, so it just kind of looked like a weird offshoot Nintendo game. Even the commercials were weird. Like, they didn't really explain what the game was about either. It was just sort of like,
sit around blasting techno music all
day. What? Like, what is this? So because this is a brand new game back in 2002, and you know, YouTube didn't exist at the time, you just had to play the game blindly and see what happened. So players' first typical reactions were something like this.
Wait, so if I pay all my house bills, can I eventually get a mansion? You can celebrate Christmas in this game? How does the game know it's Christmas? You can upgrade Nook's Cranny to a Kmart? Oh, not again. Holy shit, I just made a snowman and he's f***ing talking to me. 10 out of 10, game of the year.
So naturally, there was a sense of exploration and not knowing the limitations of this world. It was cool, it was fresh. And so with that all being said, here's some of the secrets behind the first Animal Crossing game.
Like any traditional Animal Crossing game, it's always so annoying having Nook's Cranny close at 10 PM every night. However, in the Japanese version of Animal Crossing, Animal Forest E+, there's a secret way to break into Nook's Cranny at night. If you don't visit Nook's Cranny during the day and hit the front of the store with your shovel 3 times after it's closed, you can actually walk into the store and witness a very tired Tom Nook in his pajamas. The music is slowed down and distorted to sound misty and clouded as he slowly follows you throughout the store. Anything you buy from Nook during this time is 17% more expensive, and anything you want to sell to him is lowered by 30%. This is probably his own way of punishing you for waking him up from his beauty sleep. But Tanooki's gotta look good for the ladies. What do you expect? He's got 2 kids and he's ready to mingle. Any Tanookies out there? I got a store. Seriously though, there are 3 empty houses and he can't afford to live in any of them? Either he's the most dedicated business Tanooki on Earth or he's committing tax fraud. We thought Yoshi was a piece of shit. But remember cheat codes? Cause I don't. It's a shame, but cheat codes are a relic in modern games. Animal Crossing had a bunch of cool cheat codes you can enter by talking to Tom Nook after upgrading your store. This was mainly for any items and cool furniture you want to get, but the most fascinating out of all the cheat codes were the secret Nintendo items. Nintendo first released universal codes for the Mario set in the official Nintendo Power magazine. These codes gave you the insanely cool 8-bit Mario items that, while painfully standing out in the game, looked oh so beautiful. Not only that, but some of the Mario items were interactive. If you activated the star, your villager would start to flash all sorts of epileptic different colors. And if that wasn't enough to excite you, there's also the classic Nintendo items you can get through codes or randomly finding them in your store. This included an R-Wing, a Gamecube logo, Master Sword, an N64 logo, and the Nintendo bench. What f***ing noise does a bench make? Owning all the Nintendo and Mario sets felt like an achievement in and of itself. And you better believe that the first thing on my resume is I am the owner of all the Mario and Nintendo items for the original Animal Crossing game for the GameCube released back in 2002. Please give me a job, please. Can your Nobel Peace Prize make you light up with colors? Didn't think so. Nintendo Power also released codes for the Lucky Nintendo set. The Lucky Nintendo set consisted of a gold Mario statue and silver Luigi statue, which just proves how much Luigi gets shafted. He couldn't have been gold too? How many times does Nintendo have to screw Luigi over? These statues are so iconic, and I'm shocked they were only released for the first game. But if gold Nintendo statues weren't self-indulgent enough, how about a literal giant f***ing statue of yourself made out of gold installed in the city for everyone to see? You can unlock this insane monument by completely paying off all your house loans, which is pretty cool. Why can't that happen in real life? If you bury a shovel in your daily glowing spot, not only can you grow a golden shovel, but you can permanently grow a golden tree as well. I don't know this game's obsession with golden items, but Animal Crossing spared no expense in making sure every pixel felt expensive. If you had the GBA link cable for the Gamecube, you can travel to a tropical island and interact in it with the GBA. This island had exclusive fruit, a permanent villager you can interact with, and a resort. I'm not saying that the Animal Crossing cinematic universe has been planned since 2001, but looks like this bad boy predicted Animal Crossing New Horizons. This one's a weird secret, but if Gracie, a fashion designer giraffe, look, the less questions you ask, the better, is in your town, you can have the opportunity to wash her car. Not only will she insult you for not wearing stylish enough clothes, but demands that you wash your car afterwards. In return for simping for her, she'll give you some fashionable clothes. Pretty weird to see a giant car in the middle of your town, but we're just scraping the surface with weird shit in this game. I never knew this as a kid, but if you maintained a perfect town and then clicked the town wishing well, Farley, a wizard, will magically teleport into your town and give you a golden axe as a reward. This is one of the rarest and mysterious secret characters in all of the series. His species is unknown, so we don't know what kind of animal he is, if he even is any sort of animal, and he was never brought back for any sequel to this day. If you look closely on the wishing well, you can also see a statue of Farley carved into it. Talk about ghost mysteries or something. In the Japanese version, Animal Forest, if you hit a cracked rock with your shovel and fall down the hole, you can actually see where Mr. Resetti lives. This is what's called the Reset Surveillance Center. This was eventually brought back to Animal Crossing City Folk for the Wii. It's essentially the place where he monitors you to see if you're actually resetting the game or not. What is it with people sleeping where they work? There's 3 shitty one-bedroom houses in this town. If you look closer, you can actually hear him watching a sitcom. What the hell is he watching? Is that Full House?
I don't like that tone, young lady.
Well, I don't like you invading my privacy.
I'm your father. I'll invade man with you if I want to.
This next secret is one of the creepier and much more disturbing ones. If you visit another player's village, turn off the game without saving, and without leaving the town, something strange will happen. Your face will have vanished, and all that would be left would be a gaping hole for a mouth and empty eye sockets. This face is taken from a gyroid, your buddy that's in front of your house that helps save your progress in the game. But I guess he couldn't save your face in this instance. Some people have speculated that it's a glitch, but it's actually been confirmed that it was programmed by the developers themselves. They intentionally programmed this feature to scare kids. Needless to say, I freaked out when I saw this as a kid, not knowing what I had done wrong. I was never the same kid after this, and I keep thinking about it every few years of my life. And no amount of Nintendo games can help soothe this pain. Get your copy of Animal Crossing for Nintendo Gamecube, out now in your local Kmart. There are other little secrets based around the function of the game itself. Like if you had multiple memory cards, you can actually have different towns saved onto them on one Gamecube alone. Pretty awesome. And that's a feature we still don't have in New Horizons. And now my personal favorite in the first Animal Crossing game were the secret NES games. And wow, did this feature blow my mind as a kid. You could collect NES games in the game and play them in your home. Each game acts as an item furniture, and within the item's code is an emulator with the NES game loaded onto it. Nowadays, if you have a Nintendo Switch online subscription, you could play a catalog of NES games on your Switch through the internet. But this was a huge deal back in 2001. There was no other way of playing these NES games, unless you had the original game on the NES. And there was no catch either. If you found the NES game in your town, you technically owned the game. You could actually play through the entirety of an NES game on Animal Crossing on GameCube in the year 2002 for no extra cost, predating the Wii's Virtual Console by 5 whole years. Here are the 14 NES games included. Most of these NES games you can unlock through the lottery, villagers burying them in treasure hunts. Why the hell would you bury an NES game with an NES underground? Or buying them from Crazy Red. A few of them were thrown into Nintendo giveaways, but most of them you can get from Universal codes. If that wasn't secretive enough, there's another 4 secret NES games separate from those games. You can get the original Mario Brothers and Ice Climbers if you found them in the e-reader card packets, which you can buy at your Walmart or whatever chain store you can think of. not that one, not that one! Which are really rare now if you want to look them up on eBay. You scanned them in your e-reader Gamecube accessory, which allowed you to unlock the game as an item. What kind of convoluted shit is that? It gets more complex though. They originally also had planned to make Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda to be sold as e-reader cards to unlock in the game. But they discontinued the e-reader card series before they made them. So you think, oh well, that was the end of that. Would have been a cool thing to have, but you know, whatever, right? But no, players went into the programming code and found the ROMs of Super Mario Bros. And Zelda. So they're technically in the Animal Crossing code. So if you bought the Action Replay for the GameCube, which was essentially a cheating device, you can have access to Super Mario Bros. And Zelda through Animal Crossing. Two of the most iconic games in gaming history. Holy shit, this is insane. And I want to scream on the Rocky Mountains from how cool this shit is. It's one thing to play a great game and have fun with it, but to be introduced to Nintendo's history and lore with no additional cost, and trying to find out how to unlock all the secret NES games, whether that was time traveling to lottery raffle dates every month, to finding universal codes and being exposed to older Nintendo games I didn't even know about from the past, was not only such an enthralling experience and memory, but was monumental for me and my interest in gaming. I remember having to go to school on Monday with my mind blown about all this information I was finding out about the game, and thinking in my head, I can't believe I own NES games on my GameCube and no one would understand why it's a big deal.
Essentially, it was a weird, quirky life simulator with unknown things and cool shit to find out about the game. You see, part of what makes Animal Crossing so good as a game is not really ever knowing exactly what you're doing. It does feel like you're a newcomer to a town, or lost in a new city, or suddenly a mayor of a town, or most recently, the sole god of a deserted island. Yeah, so about New Horizons. Crafting is one of the best features added in New Horizons, and finding new customizable recipes can be super fun and rewarding, but I think there's been something lost. The Animal Crossing secrets nowadays are usually pretty typical and everybody already knows.
Oh look, there's the money rock reintroduced again. Better go break it. There's Gulliver washed up on the beach again. I better find his parts again. IGN told me I can time travel in the game. Thanks for that hot gaming tip, IGN.
With time itself.
Yeah. Side note, I really love New Horizons and I'm not trying to shit on it.
My favorite part of Animal Crossing was that feeling of mystery, of not being quite exactly sure of what you're doing and trying to figure it out along the way. And regardless of it really impacted a big part of the game or not, whether you did it right or wrong, you'd find out something cool. And I think objectively New Horizons is one of the best of the series, if not maybe the best. But there's something about the first game that had a lot of cool secrets I think gets overlooked and will always have a special place in my heart. So with that all being said, drop a comment down below, make sure to like and subscribe to Instantly Die, and I'll see you later.
Thank you for watching. Click the subscribe button below to be notified on when Majora Threat releases a new video. Click the television on your screen to transport you to a similar video through the World Wide Web. Follow your dreams, protect Earth and question authority. Goodbye, Internet travelers.